More news we're following for you this afternoon. The two frontrunners to host the 2024 Republican National Convention includes Milwaukee and Nashville. Now controversy with Nashville could be in our favor. Nashville's mayor continues to question his city hosting the convention, while city leaders in Milwaukee continue to invite the convention to our area. To talk about it this afternoon is Mark Kass with the Milwaukee Business Journal. Mark, thank you for joining us. Who's leading the opposition in Nashville, and what are their concerns about the RNC there?
Really, it's coming from the mayor and really from a lot of people down there, kind of surprisingly, but it's a matter of not wanting the Republicans there. It's a matter of really the city already having a lot of tourism, a lot of hospitality, a lot of conventions there, and they're worried about losing that. And it's, just kind of the current environment that maybe, that maybe the convention could bring some things that they don't want. So, it's kind of surprising, but they're about a month kind of behind us. Remember, we had this urgent rush to get ours approved in early June, and it was approved here in Milwaukee. We're set to go in terms of the bid. It seems that things are slower in Nashville, and there's no consensus down there. So this is really going to be really interesting to watch, Julia.
So how do you think this could impact Milwaukee's chances with the RNC leaders hearing about this?
I think it already has helped us. We've talked to a number of the people here in Milwaukee this week. If you're looking at this from the outside and you see one city who wants you, open arms, both, each side of the aisle, everybody in, because you have to remember, here in Milwaukee, we have a mayor who's not a Republican, but he's behind this.
Right.
You have others from the Republican who are very much behind this. It's very much a group effort here as compared to what's going on in Nashville. So, if you're looking at this from the outside saying, okay, who wants us? Who's got more of a door? Who really is going to work to have us there? It's here in Milwaukee. So I think that is really kind of favoring us. The other thing that's favoring us, Julia, is that, maybe I'm not sure if it's a great thing or not, but we don't have a lot of conventions scheduled there. They already have 3 scheduled in 2024 during the summer. That would have to be moved, is what the mayor said. So that could help us too. So this thing's going to really play out over the next few weeks, but there's a lot of things that are moving in the right direction.
Right. I think we've gotten a lot more hotels with beds too in preparation for the Democratic National Convention that was way scaled down in Milwaukee.
Correct. Yeah, obviously things have improved here in terms of number of hotel rooms. We got the expansion of the convention center. You got a lot of things that are going. And the thing you heard throughout the last few months from Milwaukee is that we have the infrastructure in place. We had a convention that was going to come here. We put everything in place in terms of the security plan, in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the hotels, everything.
Right.
Unfortunately, it was not used yet, but it's there, and it's easy to put into place. So I think that's going to play in our favor also.
All right, and before we let you go, quickly, what's the latest status with something completely different with Kohls?
Right. Yeah. I'm asked about this 100 times a day, it seems like, kind of what's going on with Kohls. Right now, it's very quiet. The 3-week period actually ended on Monday. We have not heard from Kohls. We've not heard from the franchise group, which means likely for their continuing negotiations. The big issue now really is the price and whether or not it's coming forward. Remember, it was offered at $60 a share. Kohls stock is trading in the mid-30s. So, if this would happen at 60, that's quite a deal for the shareholders.
That's a big difference. What about interest rates too? Is that not helping them?
It's hurting them in terms of this deal. The interest rates, the economy, everything that's playing here is going to lower the price of this deal if it happens. I think you'll hear something in the next few days. I think you might hear that'll be extended.
Okay. Mark Kass with the Milwaukee Business Journal. Always great to have you with us. Thank you for your time.
Always good to be.